Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So we have designed our dashboard screen, but before moving forward to the next screen, first we will design this add subject dialog box, which will be used in this dashboard screen and also in the next screen, subject screen. So here we can see we have this add subject dialog. So we will design this dialog. So here in this component package, let's create one more file with the name add subject dialog. So here to display our add subject dialog, we will use this alert dialog. This alert dialog comes with the Material 3 API. So first let me set up this alert dialog, then we will discuss. So here in alert dialog, we have these parameters. So first let's minimize these imports. First we have this on dismiss request. So this parameter will be called when user will try to dismiss the dialog by clicking outside or pressing the back button. So we will handle this on dismiss request functionality through the parameters. So we will give these two functionality through the parameters. So let's attach these from here on dismiss request like this, and also when the user will click on this on confirm button, so we will provide this functionality through the parameters like this. Let's change the text of this dismiss button to cancel, and let's put this dismiss button parameter above like this. So here when user will click on this cancel text button, so here we will dismiss this alert dialog through this on dismiss request, and also we will provide the title of this alert dialog through these parameters. So here let's use title with string type. So here let's provide the default title like this, and let's attach this with this text. And this text parameter is for the body. So here we will provide that outline text field later. For now, let's just give some dummy text here. And also we will handle the state whether this alert dialog should show or not through these parameters. So here let's create one more with the name is open. And here we will use if the value of this is boolean is true, then we will only show this alert dialog. So let's use our add subject dialog in our dashboard screen. First let's minimize these subject list and this task list and this session list. And here after this let's use add subject dialog. So to provide this is open state, let's create a state locally. So here I have created this is add subject dialog open to keep the state initially it will be false, and I have used this remember savable. So here we also have a remember composable function. So these two functions helps us in creating states locally within a composable function. The difference between this simple remember and this remember savable is this remember savable helps us also keep the state on the orientation change like screen rotation and change to dark mode or light mode. So let's use this state here. And also when user will try to dismiss the dialog, then we will update our is add subject dialog state to false. And also when user will click on this on confirm button, then in that case also we will dismiss this alert dialog. So when this dialog will appear, because we only have provided the false value until now, so here when user will click on that add icon, then we will provide this value to true. So let's copy this value and scroll down. So here we have this subject card section. So let's go to this section by pressing Ctrl B. So here we have not provided that on click functionality. So we will access this through these parameters. So here let's provide this. Now we can access this on click through these parameters. So let's go to that lazy column. So here let's provide this. Here we will say is add subject dialog to true. So when user will click on this icon, so we will make our state to true. So that dialog will appear. And when user will try to dismiss the dialog, whether by clicking outside the dialog box or by pressing that cancel button, then we will update to false. Now we can run our app and see how this dialog is showing. So here let's click on this add icon. So we can see we have our dialog box. So let's press outside the dialog box so it will disappear. And again let's click on the add icon button and let's press this time cancel. So again this has disappeared, and let's also click on this save. So we can see our dialog box is working perfectly fine. Next thing, we need to work on providing this body of that dialog box. So for that, first let's minimize these things and let's go back to our add subject dialog box, and here in this body we will provide through the column. So here in this column layout, first I have taken this row layout. This row layout is for those circles where user can select the background color for that subject card. So here in this row layout, I have first used this fill max width and then this padding to give some padding to the bottom. And here I am using this space around. So this space around will arrange the children's like this. And here I am using the subject colors from that subject. So for each color we will take a box. So in that box, first I have assigned the size to 24 dp and then clip to circle shape, because these box will be in circular shape. And this background again will be of vertical gradient, and we will provide the colors through these subject colors. And next, after this row layout, we will take outline text fields. So here after this row layout, I have taken this outline text field. So here we have these parameters. So first one is this value. This value is whatever text will be shown in that text field. For this we need to keep a state. For now I have just provided the blank, and this on value change will handle whatever input is coming through the keyboard. So we will also give the functionality later. And here I have provided the label of this outline text field to subject name, and this single line to true, because here we need to keep the subject name but it should not go into the multi-line text field. Next I have given this space with the help of this spacer, and then here again I have used this outline text field. It is also exactly same, only difference is here I have used this keyboard option because we need to take the study hours, so that should be in the number value. So I have provided the keyboard type to number type. And if I remove this number and place the dot, so here we can see we have these various types of keyboard we can use. So for now let's use just number keyboard. Now let's run our app again and see how our dialog is looking. So here let's click this icon. So we can see we have our dialog box, but when we try to input some value here, it will not work because we have just provided the blank value for now. So we will do this functionality next. And also we can see our color boxes are looking perfectly good. And in this also we need to provide the outline when some box is selected, and these boxes should be clickable. So let's minimize this and this also. So here in this box we will provide two things through the parameters. So let's first create these two things. So here we will provide the selected color, so which box is selected. And also when user click on another box, then we will update our selected color to that box. So here let's go to our box and provide these two things. First, let's say here these boxes should be clickable. So here we will update this on color change to whatever colors user has selected. And here we will provide the border to this box. So here I have given this border width to 1 dp and shape to circle shape, and the color here we will give, if this box is the selected color, then we will provide this black border, otherwise the border will be transparent. And in the same way we will also provide this value and on value change through these parameters. So let's also create few more parameters. And let's attach these values like this. Now let's go back to our dashboard screen where we are using this add subject dialog box. So here it is giving error because we need to provide those all things. So here first this subject name and this goal hour, these are the values of the text field. Here we can see, so these values we need to keep in a state, because when a composable function recompose, then that value lost in the recompositions. So we use the remember or remember savable to keep these text field values, and when user update these text field through the keyboard, so we get the value from this on value change. Here we can see string value. So we use that string value to update our value. So we will provide these two functionality here. So here what we will do for now, we will keep these states in our dashboard screen, but in the future video when we will create our view model, so we will handle these states in there. So for now let's just use remember composable function to keep these states. So here I have created these two values. So first let's also change it to where. Here let's attach this one to subject name and this one to goal hours. And also in this on subject name change, let's update our subject name to whatever value we will get, like this. And here also this on goal hours change, let's update our goal hours value with the value which comes through the keyboard. And for this selected color, let's also create a state. So here I have taken the random color from this subject card colors, and so let's use this to here selected color. And also we will update this on color change with this selected color, like this. Now we can run our app and see these changes. Click on this icon, and here we have our dialog box. So we can see we have outline in the middle of that background box. So let's try to click on another box. So here we can see now our outline has shifted to that color. So let's click on the first one. So now the outline is on the first one. So we can see these color boxes are working perfectly fine. And now let's click on this subject name. And when we try to input some name, so here we can see this is working perfectly. And let's delete this and try to write something else. So this is working. And also when we click on this goal study hour, now the number keyboard has opened. So here let's type some value. So we can see this text field is also working. Now the next thing we need to work on showing the error at the real time. Like if user try to type something else instead of that number value, so like this, we can show error under this text field. And also when user tries to type some text less than 3 characters or something like 20 more than 20 characters, then we will also show an error under this subject name text field. And when there will be no error, then we will enable this save button only for showing these errors. So first let's cancel this icon and minimize these things, and let's go back to our subject dialog. So here I will create two more values with the help of remember savable. So here I have created these two states. So we will keep the null value by default. So let's also take this nullable string. Now what I will do, I will update this value through the when block. So here I am updating this subject name error through these when block. So here I am checking that if this subject name is blank, then I will show this error, please enter subject name. If the length of this subject name is less than 2, then this error will show. And if it is greater than 20, then this error will show. Otherwise, we will update the null value into this subject name error. And in the same way, we will update our goal hour error also. So here this is how we will update our goal hours error. So here we are checking again, if this is blank, then we will show this. And if it fails to convert into the float value, then we will provide this invalid number error. And if the goal hour value is less than 1, then we will show this, please enter at least 1 hour. And if it is more than 1000, then we will show this error. Otherwise, we will save this null value into our goal hours. So here let's go to our text fields, and here let's use is error parameter. So here we are saying that if this subject name is not blank, it means that user has started typing. Then it will show this error state to this text field, because in error state the outline of this text field becomes red. So we will only show that red outline when there is some text. Here we are checking if that subject name error is not null. It means there is some error. And we will also update this supporting text to update the user what the error is. So here I am showing the subject name error whatever it is currently, and if that subject name error is not there, so we will just show the empty text to this supporting text. Let's just copy these two things and paste it here also. And here we will check according to the goal hours. And one more thing we need to do is this, we will only enable this text button when there will be no error. So here we are checking if that subject name error and this goal hours error both are null. It means there are no errors in either of them. Then we will only enable this text button. So now we can run our app and see these functionalities. Here let's click on this icon. So we can see we have our supporting text under the text fields. So now let's go to the subject name text field, and here if I try to start typing some name, then we can see here it is showing the error state, and it is saying that subject name is too short. So now let's try to type again one more letter. So here we can see now the characters are more than one, then we can see there are no error state. And if I try to type more than 20 characters, so here we can see now it is showing that subject name is too long. And we can also see that save button is not enabled. So let's just delete these values. And now let's move on to the goal study hours. So here right now it is showing that please enter goal study hours. So let's try to type some value less than 1 like this. So it will say please set at least 1 hour. So let's try to set something like 12, so it will not show any error. And also if I try to type something greater than 1000, then it will again show the error. And also let's delete this. Now if I try to type something which cannot be converted into float value, then again it will show the error, like something like comma. So here we can see with this comma it is showing that invalid number. So we can see our error states in this add subject dialog box is working perfectly fine. And we can also see when there will be no error, then our save text button will enable. So just click on this save icon. Next we will make our delete dialog. So first let's minimize these two things. And here in our component package, let's create one more file with the name delete dialog. So for this delete dialog, let's just copy the code of this add subject dialog, because most of the things will be exactly same. And rename the function with delete dialog. Here in these parameters, first this is open will be same and the title we will provide differently wherever we will use this delete dialog. And let's also remove these parameters and add one more, body text. And here we don't need these errors code for this delete dialog, so let's delete this code. And this on dismiss request will be same and the title will also same. And here in this text we will just provide a text body, so let's just remove this column layout from here and take the text composable. And we will provide the body text wherever we will use this delete dialog. And in this confirm button, let's just remove this enable functionality because it will be enable all the time. And let's change it to delete like this. And this will be our all the code for this delete dialog. So here some imports are unused, so just press Ctrl Alt A. So here it has removed those imports. So let's just minimize and use this delete dialog in our dashboard screen. So after this, let's use this. So here this delete dialog will be used for deleting the session. So we will provide the title this and the body text will be this. Now let's create a state for this delete dialog also. So let's just go here and duplicate this value and rename it to. So let's just use this state in our delete dialog. And when this value will become true, so let's scroll down and go to our study sessions list. And here when the user will click on this delete icon, so here we will update our is delete session dialog. And when the user will dismiss the delete dialog through this on dismiss request, so we will make this value to false. Now we can run our app and see this change. So now let's scroll down and click on this delete icon. So we can see we have our delete dialog session. So I have made a typo, so let's just update this to undone. And we can see everything else is looking perfectly good. And when we click outside this dialog box, so this will disappear. And let's click this time on delete. So here in this video we have seen how we can use a dialog box in an Android app using Jetpack Compose. And in the next video we will design the subject screen. So do subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching.